The standings are set. The playoff matches are good to go. All that's left is a little last-second tune-up for the postseason. Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land. It's the Jokers and the Redwings, two of the best teams all season, going head-to-head. Eric Balnar, Tash Ferrier, Eric Lean calling all of the action for you on NITV. We'll start with you, Eric Lean. It's the last game of the season. How do you go about preparing when it's, for all intents and purposes, meaningless?
I think you just want to get out of the game, everybody healthy and whatnot, and just sort of have a final skate through as you go.
But Tash, anytime the Jokers and the Red Wings go head-to-head, it's always worth watching because there's some serious talent on the two teams.
Yeah, I think even though the game's meaningless, you've got a lot of pride out there on the ice, and I think they'll be playing their best game tonight. They've got a lot on the line in terms of pride, so I'd say it'd be a good game.
Let's take a look at the standings and how things are shaping up. It's the Jokers right at the top of the table. They've got 48 points. This is their last game of the season. Can they crack the 50 mark? We'll find out tonight. They are the defending champions. The Tigers and the Red Wings, they play each other next week. That will really be a game to determine who gets that last change, I guess, in the three-game series between the two teams and who gets to wear their beloved white jerseys. The Blackhawks and the Falcons, they are down at the bottom of the table. The Falcons got a nice little bump. They're up to 6 points now. Blackhawks at 10. They're a little outside the distance, but that is how things are ready to go. Now, Jokers and Red Wings, they played each other 4 times this year. The Jokers lead the series 3 games to 1, but one game in particular, it was almost 2 months ago now. The Red Wings, they won the game 4-1. Steve Best played a great two-way game. That just shows the Jokers are beatable, and even when shorthanded, the Red Wings can get it done. What do they have to do tonight to find a way to crack the code?
So what they were able to do when they were successful against the Jokers is they were able to hold on to the puck for a lot longer than what the Jokers would have been comfortable with. That made the Jokers play defense. That started to stretch them. Between their forwards and their D, it started to stretch them. That's a big part of having puck possession. So if the Red Wings can get back to that, if they can hold on to the puck and move it around, it'll be a good game, and see what they can do.
Tash, when you're on the ice and you're playing against a team that has so much skill like the Jokers have, how do you try to negate that as a player?
Yeah, I think you have to have your structures set in place. There'd be a lot of communication, particularly driven maybe by Steve Best, who's always kind of, technically speaking about it, what he wants his group to be doing. But as I said before, I think it's going to be a really interesting game tonight, and both teams obviously a lot on the line in terms of proving that they're the guys that are the beat.
You see on your screen, goals like this happen all the time versus the Jokers in that game. Jokers carry the puck into the ice. Red Wings turn over back the other way 2-on-1.
Yeah, so they'll just have to tighten it up a little bit and make sure that they're coming back with the same vengeance. So I would expect to see the Jokers D pinching tonight, so they can just work on some things like having the third man high, coming back and covering.
Few notable outs for the Red Wings in the game. Tyler Leeming, who is perennially one of the top goal scorers in the competition, he's out. He's still hurt, as well as Ryan Rintala on defense. The Jokers, a couple players to watch. One of them, who has been a rookie sensation this year, is Daniel Chen.
Yeah, Daniel Chen, you got to look out for this guy. He's got great explosive speed. You can see he uses the space really well. He jumps on loose pucks, so his work ethic is uncomparable in my eyes in terms of rookies. So, yeah, definitely one to watch. He'll
certainly be on that short list for Rookie of the Year. Meanwhile, on the Red Wings, he's just come back from injury. We talked a lot about the injury problems over the last couple weeks. Nick Powell's been back in the lineup, and he's been very effective. Yeah, last couple games have shown that. Since he's been back, he's been putting the points up, and, a lot of experience behind him. Makes really good plays, and I'm interested to see how he goes tonight. Help set his line mates up. We'll get the graphic up there. I know the goalies are still, they've left their net, but the goaltender matchup, it's the two best statistical goalies in the competition. It's Curtis Villani versus Jeremy Friedrich. Now, as a former goaltender, Eric Lean, something you got to like to watch here.
Yeah, this will be a good one. And again, Villani's, sometimes he can be underappreciated in terms of what he brings to the table sort of things. He's been very solid. He's had excellent rebound control, so he challenged some of these guys to have to make a good play to beat him.
You can see that it's coming down to the wire. Goals against average nearly identical. It's just because Curtis Villani had a couple extra minutes playing in an overtime game. That's why it's down at 1.49. Save percentage nearly identical. Anything over 900, especially in this league, is pretty good if you are joining us. All right, keys to victory for the game. We will start with the Jokers. Eric, what do the Jokers need to do well?
They need to have the puck possession. So they need to really attack this Red Wings and really spread them out. I think if you go after their defense, if you make them turn, if you make them play, I think they could exploit them with a bit of speed. So I'd be looking on their side of things to really open it up I would have no problems having 3 or 4 jumping into a play and get them to have to move.
And what about the Red Wings on that side of things?
The Red Wings are still traveling a little bit light, so they're going to have to play a different sort of puck possession where it's a bit more down low, it's a bit more grind. It's tough to do that when you don't have 2 stacked lines, so their one line's going to have to do a lot of weightlifting tonight to make sure that they get it through. But I would keep the puck out of the Joker's hands as much as I can. I want to have that puck on my stick and make them play defense, and then when they want to attack me, I'd make them attack 200 feet and clog it up.
It's the champions versus the contenders, the Jokers versus the Red Wings. The Red Wings trying to make a statement that they are still in this thing heading into the playoffs, which start in just a couple of weeks' time. Eric Ballner, Eric Lean, Tash Ferrier here on NITV calling all the action. Red Wings, you won't believe this. They are the team that are in red and white and the Jokers in green. Daniel Chen drops this off to Jake Riley. He's up there fighting with Nathaniel Benson, his teammate, for the point total champion in the competition. Benson at 39, Riley at 38, and Ryan Full at 37. 2 dynamic goal scorers on the team.
Yeah, I think it probably helps both being on the same line. They're probably helping each other out with those score tallies, so we'll see how that pans out tonight.
A couple intriguing battles in that department. There's Ollie Martin versus Julian Friedrich, tied in the A-grade competition, and Julian Friedrich plays in the second game tonight, and he's got a nice little puck distributor there too on his line. Shot in front of the net. Jeremy Friedrich makes the first save of the game. Daniel Chen gets this out to Nathaniel Benson. He works out wide, dangles around the defense, but he gets pushed in behind. Adam Wise tries to steer him away. Jake Riley fans on the shot, and Curtis Villani smothers the puck and makes the early save.
There's that early funnel. There's the funnel where guys want to take the puck and constantly try to drive through the middle. It'd be nice to see the Jokers in particular really start to spread it out and try to attack with some width instead. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays itself out early.
Jokers tangle for it in the face-off circle. Puck pops free out towards left side. Sammy Mantier back in the lineup, collects the puck on the left side. Trying to work on Chris Campbell down low. Campbell ties him out, but the puck pops back free, back towards the point. Winkler with a shooting lane fire. Oh, fakes the shot and works out wide. Faked everybody out. Back behind the goal, Sammy Mantier drops this off to Ben Hamburg. 16 goals on the year. Gets steered away, net off its bearings and in behind, but a pretty good goal scorer, Ben Hamburg, on your third line with 16.
Good opportunity there from the Jokers. Nice little cycle in the middle. Sucked the Red Wings in a little deep there, and that gave the space for him to walk in and get a shot, Winkler. So if they can keep that up, I'm sure they'll have plenty more shots to come.
Couple call-ups you'll see on the ice tonight for the Red Wings. Cameron Cook getting the call-up from A-grade, his second Premier League game of his career, and Joylon Oki plays his second game. In his debut game, Joylon Oki scored a goal coming off the wing. 1 game, 1 goal scored in his Premier League career. Bill Newbound around the side. Bounces off of Cook's stick and back in behind the net. Thrown back out in front, and it's Hazel with a shot on goal. He scored his first goal last week, and it's chipped out by the Red Wings. And skating down on this is Jeff Pellerin. 2 goals the last time he played the Jokers. Bounces off Winkler. Hazel off the side, carries the puck out and enters the zone. Working around Tom Tate, centering play in front of the net. Adam Wise tries to chip it out towards Steve Best. It was a little bit too hot to handle for him, and it goes back in behind the goal. Jokers get a full change on. Left side, Steve Best works out wide, stops, pops. Has a Joker fly into him and Lachlan Jennings, and it goes back in around the corner. Joylon Oki plays it off the boards and goes all the way back to the point, and it's Steve Best. Villani centering play. Nick Powell couldn't get a stick on it, and it goes all the way back out to the center line. No Dylan Wallace, no Ryan Rintala. 2 big outs, and of course no Tyler Leeming, so the depth being tested for the Red Wings tonight.
Yeah, so you've got Dave Gall playing on the, let's call it the second line. So Dave Gall centering the second line. They've just got to be defensively responsible. They weren't on their first shift, and they gave up a few point shots. Whereas this line here, this Villani Powell Best line, the Jokers are going to have to contain this. And again, they've already started moving the puck around down low on him.
Steve Best on a 13-game point streak. It's the longest of the season and will remain that way as we've reached the end. 15 goals and 10 assists during those 13 games. Ted Fabian cuts towards the middle, lobs it out right. Gaziorowski with a shot, rattles off the boards. Lachlan Jennings chasing after this. Chris Campbell chips it out, and we get it into the neutral zone. Teddy Fabian throwing the body around, runs into Nick Powell, gives him a little shot back, but the Jokers are going the other direction. Gaziorowski in tight, tries to go low on Curtis Villani, but he gets the stick down and makes the save.
Nice little play there from
Ted Fabian.
Ted Fabian. He's got a big body. I tell you what, I would not want to be standing in front of him. He can throw his body around, and he still moves with full momentum. Had a little dangle in the middle there and still got a nice little pass off, so very impressive by Ted Fabian.
Jokers send their top line out of Benson, Riley, and Daniel Chen. Daniel Chen, a mid-season addition to the top of the line, and they have really found a groove, especially as of late. Jake Riley coming off a 5-point game his last time out. Chen up the middle. Turnover as Dave Gow flicks this in off the boards, and he gives chase. Tim Benson is belted by Dave Gow, and Andrew Chen takes a spill. He gets it to his brother Daniel, and another big hit thrown down by Jeff Pellerin. So the third line getting a little bit physical right now. Carried out by Chen. Tries to look left side to Daniel Chen. Reaches forward. Jake Riley has to stay outside the zone as a Joker had skated ahead. Dave Gow bounces off Nate Benson. Throws his body into Tim Benson. Two Bensons, two Chens on the ice right now for the Jokers. And there's Daniel Chen. He gets it ahead to Jake Riley. It's a 2-on-1. Riley to Andrew Chen, and he just whiffed at the shot in front of the net. Back down low. Jake Riley back towards the point. Long shot in from Daniel Chen. It's steered clear and high and off the boards. Adam Wise just lobs this in the air. It's going to allow the Red Wings to get a full change as Jake Hazel retreats and takes command of the puck. Hazel to Hanberg. Jokers, one of the younger teams in the competition, and the Red Wings certainly filled with a lot of veterans and a lot of championship winners in the last 5 years. But the Jokers are the current defending champs and looking to go on a little bit of a run of their own. Villani out wide. Cuts towards the net. Fires one in on a sharp angle on Jeremy Friedrich, and he makes the easy save.
So you'll start to see it on your screens. You'll start to see what's happening here is every time the Jokers are pushing the puck at the Red Wings D, you'll see two people in your screen. You'll see two green jerseys in your screen. When you see the Red Wings going after the Jokers defenseman, you'll only see one. It's a real difference in how they're going to play this first period.
Nick Powell in behind the goal. This is where you'd think the offense would come from. Sammy Mantier, slow and calculated, tries to lead Noah Maley ahead on the right side, but it's Mitch Villani that retreats and grabs the puck for the Red Wings. Bill Newbound caroms the puck off the boards. Intercepted into the slot. Puck bounces up. Few players scramble for it. Jokers have to get back on side. It allows the captain, Steve Best, to work out wide. On a sharp angle, he has two green jerseys all over him. Best in the slot to Pellerin and blockered away from Jeremy Friedrich. Pellerin gloves down the pass from Steve Best. Looking for Cameron Cook in front of the net. That one's knocked away. Jake Hazel carries this out. Avoids a hit from Steve Best, and Best will head to the bench. Wise behind the goal for the Red Wings. Cook finds a clearance, and Pellerin banks off his stick, but he gets it to himself. Now Dave Gow centering the second line. Fires a shot in at Jeremy Friedrich. No rebound once again, and he stops the play.
Yeah, Jeremy saw that one all day. I think once they start getting those lower shots, trying to get it across the net there and maybe get some rebounds in. But as we mentioned before, we need a couple more Red Wings around the puck for that to happen. But yeah, we'll see how this one plays out on the defensive face-off. Looks like a visor check, maybe.
Yeah, Jordan Geyer's visor just stuck somewhere in the middle of his forehead. So he'll be asked to go off on the bench. They'll get a
warning for that one.
Yeah. And Tim Benson, another young defenseman, comes on in his place. Draw to the left of Jeremy Friedrich. Dave Gow off the draw. Got tied up by Ted Fabian. And Benson will slow things down. Gaziorowski to Fabian. Can't quite control the puck, and it pops free for Dave Gow. Gal's been one of the leading point scorers in the competition for a number of years now. Not as many this season for Gal, although 26 and 18 still does the trick. Gauss, shot in, bounces in behind the net, and Jeremy Friedrich will freeze this once again, keeping the tempo on his terms.
They're going to wait them out here. So the Red Wings are going to wait them out. They're going to draw the Jokers into the middle of the ice, see if they can create turnovers and counterattack. If I was the Jokers, I think I would start putting the puck behind them and chase it a little bit more. I know they like to skate with the puck on their stick, but they got to find a way to get through that white wall, eh?
Steve Best creates a turnover using his body, throws it towards the center of the ice. It's intercepted by Daniel Chen, the rookie, out wide, working against Campbell, steers him away, creates a bit of space. Back to the point for Geyer. Geyer looks like he's dropped back playing some defense in the late stages of the season. He's been forward most of the year.
This is the matchup we wanted to see. So these two lines out. So the Red Wings are only rolling 2 lines. Jokers rolling 3. So we won't see it every time. But having the 2 lines match up against each other, you got real power on power here. This will be a good minute and a half here.
Draw one by the Red Wings, but the Jokers go chase after this in the corner and get possession. They try to centering play towards Jake Riley, but the Red Wings steer this one wide. Chen centering play, a quick one-timer opportunity for Nathaniel Benson, but the Red Wings still can't clear. Finally, Volani will bank it off the boards, and it goes back to Marko Komazek. Komazek chips it forward. Riley evades Steve Best, enters the zone, dangles through traffic, tried to get a stick on it, but Newbound swats this into the corner. Benson, the leading point getter, plays it left side. Geyer distributes the puck to Chen. Chen knocks it back to Komazek. Komazek gets around Steve Best, carries it all the way down to the corner, tried to whip it in front of the net. Geyer finally collects, back to Benson. It looks like they're on a power play, the Jokers. Riley grinding down low. Finally, the Red Wings ship it out. Volani down on the other direction, working one-on-one versus Geyer, and Geyer keeps him away. Drop back, fires a shot, blocker down. Friedrich tries to clear it into the corner, but Jordan Geyer was back there for support. Riley skips around one, cuts to the middle of the ice, skips around his own teammate. Tries to evade Cameron Cook, but he drops this off to Andrew Chen. Shot down low, and Volani got the pad down to make the save. Red Wings lob it towards the center of the ice. And we'll have a stoppage and play. I think a hand pass.
I think the Jokers will be happy that was a long shift. So you always like a whistle on a long shift, because if that come back the other way, they would have been caught down in their defensive zone, potentially really tired. So lucky for the Jokers.
So when you're working 3 lines versus 2, like the Jokers are versus the Red Wings, how do you manage the bench from the Joker perspective to make sure you always have the matchup you want?
Now, when you're rolling 3 lines, you don't even worry about the matchup. You might give your best offensive players a few more offensive starts or a little bit longer out there, but when the other team's rolling 2 lines and you're rolling 3, you've got to just let it go.
So you're just going 1-2-3, 1-2-3, and relying on that little bit more fresh legs.
Yep, spot on. And you'll catch the line out there that you want to get, maybe on an icing or something like that. You might put out that top line prematurely, but no, otherwise you just wear them down, and by the 3rd period you'll see the benefit of that. And the other side of things of what we've seen is that second line from the Red Wings, where their wingers have to be out on the point, so Pellerin and the other fella there, they're just getting lower and lower and lower as it goes, sort of thing. So their discipline needs to be to stay up, and that doesn't need to be your top line to do that. The more time you spend in that end, and the more you can get their wingers to come down and open up your point men, that's when you just take complete control of a game.
Draw one again by the Jokers. They'll play this around the boards. Noah Maley chasing after this as Adam Wise has the puck, and again tied up. Very stop-start beginning portion of this game, isn't it?
Yeah, which favors the Red Wings, isn't it? When you're trying to roll that second line. So we see them doing a little bit quicker turnover than what we're seeing from the guys rolling 3, right?
Maley versus Best. Draw one by Steve Best. Banks it down in the corner. Newbound chipped it around Mantier. Big hit, though, laid by a Joker. Couldn't quite create that turnover as Steve Best will carry this. He's got 4 green jerseys all around him, and Noah Maley created the turnover, but Nick Powell was there to return the favor. Mantier out wide. One player you cannot give space is Sammy Mantier. Back towards the point. Long shot in from Benson. That goes off a leg, and it kicks out. But Benson gets his own rebound.
Must have hurt Newbound to block that shot because he didn't jump out of the gates to go get the 2-on-1, eh?
Was the inside info we got, Tash, that he's using new skates tonight, Bill Newbound?
Yeah, he got them all baked in the pro shop down the road tonight, so he's pretty excited. He said he's going to be playing really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing that from Bill Newbound.
Benson.
Maybe he didn't put the new skates on in this first period. No. He's looking good.
Big collision behind the boards as Lachlan Jennings goes down. Working against the youngster, 16-year-old Chris Campbell. Centering play, Cameron Cook. 1 versus 5 for Cameron Cook right now as the Red Wings try to get change. Joker should be able to break out, and Ted Fabian has the puck taken away from him from Dave Gowell. Throws it back towards the Joker defense. Wise. Right side to Tate. Chips it forward. Dave Gowell tries to settle the puck down, but it pops down for Patio Gaziorowski. Jake Hazel, right side. Gaziorowski skates it in behind the goal. He spent the season going up and down between A's and Prem and has settled himself as a pretty good Premier League player. Long shot in from the point from the Red Wings. Goes off a body in front of the net. Chipping away for it and it goes into the neutral zone. Red Wings unable to hold the zone. Newbound plays it off the side, but right to the Joker defense, and they'll go back and try to defend. Pellerin off his stick and into the corner, and both teams will complete a change. 4 minutes, not a whole lot of even great scoring opportunities in this game so far. Riley works out wide. Taken away from Adam Wise. Plays it around the boards, and now the puck squirts all the way down to the attacking zone. Villani going against Friedrich in the corner, and Friedrich plays that in around the board. Steve Best is there first. Back to Villani. Villani cuts in front of the net, gets a quick shot off, and Friedrich got the pad down. Best. Back in the corner, centering play off the back of the net. Winkler carries it out. Powell keeps it down as a tumbling Nate Benson plays it forward. Riley drops it off to Chen, fires one through, and getting a piece of that was Curtis Villani in net for the Red Wings. Riley dancing behind the goal. Dishes it out to the right point or the left point for Geyer. Through traffic, off Powell in front of that. Rebound pops free. It was a point-blank shot from Nate Benson. But Villani got down low to make the save. Another centering play in the slot, looking for Benson, and the Red Wings will carry this out the other direction. Villani with some speed out wide. His teammates going for a change, and he dances all the way, the long way around Jordan Geyer. Back towards the point. Tate across to Pellerin. Whips a shot across the face of Jeremy Friedrich, and Daniel Chen, who's been on the ice for quite a while this top line. Intercepts the puck. Chen crashing towards the net. Puck taken away from Dave Gow. And then a penalty is called on the Red Wings, so the Joker's going to go to the power play.
Ooh, that was a bit more flowing. I think that was a really long kind of flow. But what are your thoughts, Eric?
I really like the sustained pressure for the Jokers came. Daniel Chen blew the zone a little bit early to get out, and it stretched the defense for the Red Wings back, and that allowed them much easier access into the end, and it gave them about 30 seconds in there, and then it leads to them drawing a penalty to set them up on the power play. I really like how if they attack this a little bit different.
Joker's 27% on the season. Long shot from the point. Rebound pops free, tangled up in the slot. Red Wings trying to get a stick on it, and they just clear the zone. Jokers are 3 for 8 on the Agile Group power play since the COVID break at the end of July, beginning of August. This drop back down low to Jake Riley. Riley chips this over. Here's Benson in the slot off the iron on the right side. He had everyone beat but the post. And finally, the Red Wings will clear the zone and eat away some valuable seconds. Joker's special team has been a focal point the last few weeks. Benson out wide, drops this off to Chen. Back down low towards the point. Handberg to Riley, off the post again. It's 2 posts on the power play for the Jokers. 5 forwards on the ice for them too right now, and they can do everything but score. Friedrich looking for that assist to Benson, and he was just a little bit offside. They will get the stop time, though, as we've reached the last minute of play in the first period.
Bit of drama happening out there. I think Nate Benson wasn't happy with that offside call and he made it known, and I think he's been called for it. So refs aren't taking any nonsense tonight.
No, because I think he didn't think his guys were offside, but there was one that was trapped in the zone there. So you've got to just keep your cool in those sort of situations and get on with it.
So Nate Benson will end the power play for the Red Wings. It'll be 4-on-4 for the last minute of play. And then the Red Wings will start the second period on the power play. So 4-on-4 play, very open ice. Villani wins the draw. Newbound at the point. Plays it in behind the goal, and Villani will chase after this. But getting there first was Jake Hazel. Hazel to Geyer. Steers it forward for Noah Maley. And Villani cycles it and turns back. Campbell plays this down, and that gives away a face-off all the way the other end of the rink with under 40 seconds to go.
I'll be interested to see how this all plays out, because as you said before, there's a lot more space on a 4-on-4, and you've got to have the right combo of people out of there to kind of make use of that. So it's a little bit disappointing for the Jokers. They still had 53 seconds left of that power play, so hopefully for their sake it goes well.
Geyer down low. Maley behind the goal. He's got Hazel creeping up in front. He couldn't quite find it, but now Hazel picks up the puck. Chipped towards the net and then just kind of wobbled its way into the glove of Curtis Villani with 20 seconds to go. Not a whole lot of open ice chances.
No, you just have to have a little bit more patience with that puck. So on a 4-on-4 like that, Campbell can recognize the fact that it is 4-on-4, like you guys were just saying. There's open ice out there. Turn back, go back behind your net. Start, get the flow going. He had Powell and Villani out there. That's a dangerous couple of whippets out on the ice, eh?
Best wins the draw, gets it back to Tom Tate. Riley was crashing down on him, tries to glove it down. Tate with 15 seconds, still time to create something out of nothing.
Be patient.
Best tries to find Pellerin. It banks off the stick, and a icing was just waved off. Hazel right side, but that's going to do it for the first period. A couple posts that went the Jokers' way, but offense a little bit lacking teams in the first period.
Yeah, I felt like the Jokers had a little bit more sustained offense. I think the Red Wings more relying upon those pucks, those loose pucks, and kind of jump on that with like less offensive plays. But yeah, I would love to see this game open up a little bit.
I don't think it's going to open up if the Red Wings keep employing that same forecheck of only having one go in. You can see that they're trying to build the wall. You can see that they're happy to play this type of game. I think the emphasis is going to be on the Jokers of whether they recognize that it's time to do something different.
It's a no-score game after one. Red Wings will open the second on the period. We'll be back with hockey on NITV. No-score game. Eric Lean, you'd like to see the Jokers put the puck a little bit more behind that Red Wings defense, I've heard rumors of.
Well, if the Red Wings are going to build a wall, and you think you're just going to run through the wall, you might get through there once or twice. But in actual fact, if you put it behind the wall and you've got all the speed you're probably going to just go and pick up the puck. Or maybe take it a little bit wider and make the wall spread out a little bit, and you're probably going to have more success. If you just continually ram your head against the wall, I don't know how you get a different result.
Well, we'll see if the Jokers have kind of caught on to the fact that the Red Wings are clogging up the middle there, and we'll see if they change their approach in the second.
The other thing that might happen is they might get all the way through the wall, dangle, score a whole bunch of goals, and I'm going to look silly on that one. But either way, I think it might be time to employ a different methodology.
Red Wings will get their first Agile Group power play of the game as the 4-on-4 has come to an end. They're on the power play for the next minute or less. They lead the league in power play percentage. They're sitting at 30%. But the Jokers have scored a shorthanded goal in each of their last 4 games, unbelievably, including a great winner last week versus the Tigers. Towards the point, Tate tries to get a shot in on net, and this guy scored a couple shorthanded goals this year, and Chen lobs this up, and it goes all the way back down the ice, and Adam Wise will have to reset. Villani leads Steve Best ahead. Best with some space out wide around Winkler. Drops it off for Nick Powell, and it was tipped away by a Joker, and here comes Jake Riley with some speed, working against 3 different Red Wings, gets all the way in behind the goal, but it's finally taken away, but the Red Wings didn't have anybody up. Jokers chip it down low. Tate has to reset, but the Jokers take it away, and that will do it for the power play opportunity for the Red Wings. Nothing comes of it. Not even a shot on goal, but a turnover at the center. Villani steered out wide, chips it back to Steve Best, drags it towards the middle of the ice, takes it out wide, and Daniel Chen lays the body into Captain Steve. Hazel chips it forward towards Benson.
Nice.
Throws it out to Jake Riley, just bounced off his stick. Steve Best forward to Villani. Villani back to Best. Best had the puck in space. He just couldn't draw it back in. Villani off the turnover. Out wide. Newbound. Quick pass to Best. Best fires one to the chest of Friedrich, and the puck just popped free. Red Wings couldn't get a shot off of it. Best chips it towards the center of the ice. Nice pass down low. Shot on net. Friedrich has to make his best save of the game so far. It was a good opportunity Nick Powell had. He was looking for his 6th point in 3 games since return from injury.
You got to watch the Red Wings when that top line's out there. They can control the puck for periods of time. It's a little bit of go-go gadget legs, but as soon as they catch somebody out of position, they can really exploit it, eh?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see who actually settles down in this second period and takes control of the game, because it hasn't really been one way or the other just yet, so we'll see who can settle first.
There's a look at this save. This will be a cool angle on Jeremy Friedrich from behind the net. Nope.
Loves a good highlight reel, that guy.
Yeah, I've heard of some rumors. Komazek tried to barrel his way out, and the puck just trickles out of play once again. So 2.5 minutes into the second, and probably the best scoring opportunity there. There's a look at that save. That was a cool angle. Team at Spacequake Sports showing us the net cam. Dangerous place to put a camera, especially in warm-ups against some of the ice hockey players in SA. You're shooting for that every time, aren't you?
I don't even know whether half the guys know it's there, do they? Nah, they wouldn't watch that replays, would they?
They're more aware than you think, I think, sometimes. Hanberg working in the corner. He's got 2 Red Wings all over him. Cook tries to poke it free. Comes along the near boards. Maley plays it around the corner, back towards the point for Jordan Geyer. He fans on the shot, and it's finally clear. Gow working against Maley. Komazek finds Sammy Mantier floating out towards the left side. Mantier enters the zone. Pellerin gives a shot on Sammy Mantier. Centering play in front. Maley with the backhanded shot. That one just tipped right high. Geyer, long shot from the point, and Villani makes the save once again.
Yeah, that's where having Curtis Villani in your net is so helpful for this sort of team. So he can just squash something that started to look dangerous. There was good movement there, good movement from Mantier, and looked like Noah Maley is going to get himself on the score sheet here if he keeps playing shifts like what he just did. So Curtis, settle it down, get the guys off, and away you go.
He's had a big return to Premier League hockey after a couple seasons away. Curtis Villani got a 1.49 goals against average. You're going to get a good chance to win pretty much any game you play with numbers like that. Jennings towards the point, long shot in, Chen has that go off a stick in out of play. Very stop-start once again.
Yeah, just got the stick in the lane there. Obviously wanted to get a nice shot off and try and get a bit of a rebound, but hopefully the Jokers can win this one back. No bias, but we'll see if they can win this face-off.
Best chips it down low. Gaziarowski working against Steve Best. Best lobs it up high, and it goes not out of the zone as Daniel Chen was there, or Andrew Chen rather. Shot in front of the net. Lockie Jennings couldn't hold on. Chris Campbell getting banged around in the corner as well. Ice starting to tilt a little bit in the Jokers' favor. Steve Best at the center line, right side to Powell, out wide. Villani crashing to the net, but no rebound from Jeremy Friedrich once again.
Yeah, I think if you're going to get just perimeter outside shots, you need to get a little bit lower. You got to put it in Jeremy's feet and make him fight the rebounds sort of thing. The last few that we've seen, with the exception of that really nice down low tic-tac play, the other stuff that we've seen has been chest and done, midsection and done. They're gonna have to change their habits a little bit and get a little lower, right? Or go top shelf and knock off his water bottle. Either one.
Just put it behind him.
Yeah. There, a little bit lower, make him fight it. He hasn't had a lot so far this game. That's tricky as a goaltender. It's tricky as a goaltender when you haven't had a lot, so that you want to put it into the feet and make him fight it a bit.
Tash, as a shooter, what are you trying to do to break someone like Jeremy Friedrich?
Oh, look, I think it's he's probably got the one on O's, but if you're getting some lateral movement and you're actually working with someone, you got to move that guy laterally for sure.
Benson, his partner in crime, Jake Riley, working out wide, tries to go near side, but it was gloved down by Curtis Villani. Komazek lays a shot in on Cameron Cook and then spins and plays this behind the goals. Jokers have to clear. Wise, right to the glove of Daniel Chen. Picks up his own turnover and plays it in behind the goal. Jeremy Friedrich there to play the puck. Chen, kept in by Dave Gow. Gow banks it off the boards, gets it down low, and a Joker lost his stick, and bodies flying. Another hit from Pellerin. Drop to Cook. Cook point blank, and a glove save from Jeremy Friedrich.
That's a really good opportunity from the Red Wings. That's a nice hard forecheck hit. Gets the puck out in front, and obviously would have liked to get a better shot off than that, but the opportunity was there.
Pretty unheralded, David Gull, but he can drive a line. He does a lot of good things on the line to keep the puck in, round behind the net, get the feet out the front. I think for the Red Wings going forward, going into the playoffs, he's such a key component to what happens for their team.
Another one to have back would be someone to play with him, like Tyler Leeming, maybe.
Yeah, he'd be handy too.
Leeming on the end of an injury. Shot off a body, down low, Jeremy Friedrich gets down and makes the save. It went off a body, off the point, something out of nothing. And I'd be fascinated to see what the heck just happened.
How did Steve Best not put this in? That's fantastic reflexes from Jeremy.
If you are building a team, is that one of the reasons why you'd want him?
Well, no, because if I was building a team, I'd want Steve Best to put that in. So why would I build around that? No.
Jeremy Friedrich with a fantastic save on something out of nothing as Steve Best turns, puts it towards the center. Powell banks it forward, tried to find Villani. Bill Newbound. He's got two green jerseys around him, and it goes high and bounces off the roof. But a couple chances in the last couple minutes from the Red Wings. Here's a look at this again.
Yeah, extremely difficult when you get that high tip in the slot. So for Jeremy to be able to recover like that, that's just excellent instinct. And you know a guy's got a high hockey IQ when he's able to read a play that quick and be able to move to get back into position. I still think, Stevie Best will still be kicking himself a little bit, but they've had some better opportunities so far in this second period. The Jokers haven't been dominating it like we saw in the first.
Long shot in from Winkler. Jennings on the rebound. Staying strong on the puck, cuts towards the slot, lobs one towards the goal. It goes high and wide and wraps around the boards. Dave Gow picks it up, bounces it towards the right side for Tate. Tate into the neutral zone, finds Pellerin, looking for Gow once again. Goes off a Joker skate in the other direction. Dave Gow collects the puck on the right side. Cook heading towards the net. Gal fires a shot. That one goes wide as Geyer blew a tire as well. Fabian throws the body around Gal, tips it towards Cam Cook. Went off his stick and towards the goal, and Ted Fabian takes it the other direction. Fabian's got Gaziarowski with him. Drop back to Jennings, off the blocker, off the side of the net, and smothered by Curtis Villani.
Great opportunity by the trailer there. You always like to have you guys going hard. One out wide, one to the net, and then one trailing, and that's where the opportunity came. You know, he mishandled the puck, but he had his player to back him up there. So good opportunity, and yeah, we'll see if more of that comes along, because more shots on net and obviously a high chance of a goal. So
for a team that likes to score goals, they've scored the most this year, the Jokers. As a goal scorer yourself, Tash, does it frustrate you the longer it goes without them scoring?
Yeah, you got to be patient. If you're not patient, it can be pretty frustrating. But if you keep playing the long game and the opportunities come, and then floodgates are open.
Riley fires a shot in on goal, and that one was a rocket but went wide. Riley looking off the rebound, barrels down a man, trying to gather it again. Steve Best can't quite clear. Chen keeps it in, but it goes right to young Chris Campbell. Plays it in the slot for Steve Best. Kicked down by Villani. Steering behind the goal. Trickled out towards Bill Newbound. Rolling around the boards was the bouncing disc. And Jake Riley collects the puck on the right side. Nate Benson with him. Riley tries to walk around Newbound, and Newbound just stands his ground, but it goes right towards Nate Benson. Benson towards Villani. Off the boards and down, and now it'll be a foot race for it. It's Powell versus Chen, and Chen gets there first. Powell can't lay the body, and Cameron Cook is just going to keep this in time. Centering play in front of the net, and another good opportunity. Puck pops free in the slot. Quick shot from Peller, and a body got down to block that. Rebound opportunity. Friedrich gets the pad down. Friedrich gloved it down. Jokers now trying to clear, but the Red Wings are swarming. Pellerin doing some good work behind the goal. Andrew Chen, left side, finds his brother Daniel. Daniel has some speed. Maley crashing towards the net. Daniel on the wraparound. Villani gets the skate down at the last possible second. Nifty play from Daniel Chen.
Gotta love the old wraparound.
Mantier chips it forward. Carried out by Jake Hazel. Hazel walks in, drops it back. Mantier behind the back pass. Shot to Hamburg. Rebound in front, and it's found the back of the net.
Yeah.
The Red Wings look confused, and he had just a quick rebound back of the net.
Yeah. Last 2.5 minutes, Joker's defense have activated. It started with Chen. It was Hazel on that shift. There's too much there for the Red Wings to be able to cover. Too many Jokers buzzing around the net and chipped in there. I don't know if it'll go to 56, Hamburger, whether it'll go to Hazel, but they were both swinging at it in there, and bounced in.
Well, and he thought he had his glove on it. He just didn't quite get there on time, as you can see from the replay. Good reaction from the young Jokers, and they've got themselves a 1-0 lead. Let's see how the Red Wings respond. Villani carries it into the zone. Steve Best back to Villani, finds Nick Powell. Villani and Powell working in the corner. Goes to the corner, they're not in, and Hazel, oh, he had a man, he just couldn't chip it out. Tate pinching down low, he had the block. Kept in from Best, no, it's not. It goes out towards the left side. Sammy Mantier looking for a partner, drops it off to Hamburg. Hamburg fires a shot. Villani had to fight it, but he made the save. Best working down low. Right side. Villani leads Powell ahead, and Powell knocks this down. If he can find the puck, he would have been away. Powell settles it down, looking to find Tate, who is pinching ahead, and a big hit from Ben Hamburg, who came in as some secondary traffic. Hazel skates it up the rink and evades one defender, evades Newbound, gets in tight, and Ben Hamburg couldn't quite get a shot off.
Defense jump into the play, go wide, stretch him out, get that white wall stretched out.
Nick Powell tries to chip it forward, trying to settle it down and get around Komazek. He settled it down, but it was just a second too late. Plays it through the slot. Steve Best is there. Jokers just found a goal, about 1.5 minutes a goal. on a secondary opportunity. Friedrich makes the stop. Steve Best tried to settle down the rebound. Chipped in on goal. Friedrich gets a stick on it. And the Jokers should be able to clear, and they do. It's back towards the neutral zone. Wise banks it back in. Benson. Cross-ice pass off the stick of Lachlan Jennings and in behind the goal. Chris Campbell plays it around the boards. Villani chips it forward. Grabbed by Dave Gal. Gal out wide, cuts towards the center, fires a shot. Friedrich got a piece of it in and goes into the corner. Secondary chance from Gal, and Friedrich gets down to make the save again, and he holds up the play.
Something out of nothing. Something out of nothing for the Red Wings. Sneaky little play by Pellerin, lift the stick, allow Gall to go in. They're still dangerous. It's only a 1-0 game.
A few more opportunities for sure. I think with the defense coming up, as you're saying, that's been really great for the Jokers. But again, Red Wings have had their chances as well, so a little more than the first, I think.
Gal had a kick towards the right, and Jordan Geyer was the Joker that was there. And it's cleared all the way behind the Red Wing defense. And Adam Wise will have to go gather. Chipped off the boards into the neutral zone right towards Jeff Pellerin. Towards Dave Gal. He's the real danger man right now. Steered away from Geyer. Puck in the corner. Cook lobs a play in front, and they were looking for that tip once again, and it's another save from Jeremy Friedrich.
I think when Chris Parks sees this call, he might wish he had a do-over. Red Wings are going to go on the power play here. There was a bit of a puck battle in front of the net. He got penalized for being stronger than the other fella. But anyway, let's see what the Red Wings can do. This is a big one at the end of the period to capitalize on.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Red Wings will definitely want to make their opportunity here, because going into the third period with a 1-0 kind of deficit, you definitely want to draw this up right now in terms of momentum for the third.
I suppose if you're not careful, though, Eric talked earlier about the penalty killing opportunities that the Jokers have presented. So this could be a huge swing for the game either way.
Very true.
And Riley looking for his man wide. He was looking for Daniel Chen. Chen has proven to be one of the better penalty killers in the competition, and this is his first year in the Premier League. Powell looks for Best. Villani. Long way around, gets knocked away. Chips it back forward, long shot in on goal, goes off the rear end of a Joker player. Now the Red Wings might be able to get set. Towards the left point for Newbound. Newbound looking for a lane, plays it left side. Best back behind the goal for Villani. To Best. Best bearing down towards the slot, drops it back off for Villani. Villani trying to find Nick Powell. Powell chips at it, and it goes in behind the goal. Back towards Villani. In behind once again for Steve Best, trying to extend his point streak to 14 games. Villani. Best. Villani. Back towards Steve Best. A lot of action between these two. Newbound at the point. Right side for Campbell. Campbell plays it in behind the boards. Over a minute gone in the power play already, yet to get a good shot on goal. Red Wings walk away at the puck. Best trying to power his way to the front of the net, and it's finally taken away, and the Jokers will be able to clear it all the way down the other end.
You don't mind the Red Wings sitting outside like that if you were Jokers. You know, they can be out there all day. You want the high percentage shots. They're not coming from there.
Gal works his way forward to secondary line, moving on for the Red Wings. Dave Gal's looked creative all night. Cameron Cook getting hit behind the net. Chipped out towards left side. Pellerin towards Adam Wise. Wise settles the puck down. Gets it back to Bill Newbound. Newbound banks it off the boards. In behind the net is Pellerin. Cook. Back towards Adam Wise. Wise through traffic. Off a body. Loose puck in front. And the Red Wings tried to get a stick on it, but Jeremy Friedrich makes the save right as the penalty expires.
Yeah, crisis averted there for the Jokers, isn't it? That was a big one for the Red Wings. I think if I had a do-over as the Red Wings, I'd be tempted now to put Gall out with the top power play unit and have my 4 out-and-out guys that are going to threaten, and then maybe put a Wise or Newbound up at the top and let them run the top. But otherwise, I think the 4 are going to have to go, because they're going to need to find something pretty soon here. Jeremy doesn't look like he's too leaky tonight.
Cook with the puck behind the net. Throws it back out towards the point. Wise shot through traffic, and Friedrich standing up makes the save right at his chest.
Yeah, I think that reads well to Jeremy's approach, because, you know, whenever you have messy goals, there are the high chances that the goals are going to go in with bodies in front and messy pucks, but he's tracking them really well tonight.
Not a whole lot of rebounds coming out Jeremy's way tonight.
No, both ends have been really solid for the goaltenders tonight in terms of their rebound control.
Mantier gets around a couple defenders and finds a long outlet pass towards Handberg. Maley moving in to join the play. Tries to go 5-hole, but the door shut right away from Villani, and no rebound once again.
Maley's had good jump tonight. He's not on the score sheet, and maybe we haven't called his name a lot, but he's really been buzzing around. He's causing them fits out there.
He'll get an offensive zone face-off with 39 seconds to go, and he'll win the draw, but it's it's Cook that tried to push it forward. Teddy Fabian laying the body once again. Sammy Mantier, he takes a tumble. Maley again bats it towards the front of the net, and Villani has to squamish on that one. I'm making up words right now. I'm just saying towns in Canada and using them as verbs.
This game must not mean anything, hey?
Yeah.
You've just gone off the rails.
Off the rails. 24 seconds to go. It was a goal from Ben Handberg that he chipped in on not a too dissimilar play to that, where Villani had to dive on top of the puck. And the Joker just got a stick on it and swiped it in the back of the net. And that's the only goal this game. Offense between two of the most offensive-minded teams. Few and far between. Chen. Chris Campbell. Works it out towards the left. Glove down by Bill Newbound. Still time for one more offensive rush, and this is the guy you'd want for the Red Wings. Steve Best with the puck in behind the goal. Works out wide, centering play in front of the net. He was looking for Mitch Villani, but that will do it. A 1-0 game for the Jokers. Thoughts?
Look, I think that was definitely a more open period, but again, it's still, they're still battling, they're still button heads here, because I think the goalies are obviously standing up for their teams tonight, but again, I still think it's a pretty close call. What are your thoughts, Eric?
Yeah. It's a pretty defensive struggle that just comes in with the odd ones, the odd plays that come out of nowhere. They're going to have to watch it.
We're going to head down ringside. We've got our sideline reporter, Dave Muggleton, with Nathaniel Benson.
I'm here with Nathaniel Benson. So, last game of the season, coming into this one, you had a 1-point lead over teammate Jake Riley. Is that something you're keeping track of?
I mean, look, Jake and I are always going for little fun bets and who's going to win it, but at the end of the day, we just want to focus on the final coming up. But yeah, no, we definitely laughed about it, and we were like, going back and forth all year. It was, a lot of fun. But yeah.
So, also with the last game of the season, other than obviously trying to get a win, was there something in particular that you guys as a team were looking to achieve in this one?
Look, we just want to play hard. We want to get everyone out there, like moving into the corners, moving around, having a good time before we have the finals game. Like, we know we were here last year. Like, I mean, I wasn't, but the rest of the team was here, and they know what they're doing. So, I think we got a really good shot up in the finals here. So we're pretty proud. So,
speaking of finals, because you guys have finished minor premiers, that does mean that you're not playing next week on the Wednesday, and then you get the bye, so you're going to have 3 weeks without a game. Is that going to be a factor?
I mean, we had lockdown, so like I think we all know what it's like to have a bunch of time off without any games, but we're definitely going to get on the ice together, like warm-ups and practice a lot. A lot of us go out to the morning skate, so we'll keep practicing, keep our legs going, so yeah. We're pretty excited to watch the semis too, so yeah.
Guys, thank you very much. Best luck. Thanks, guys.
Pretty well spoken from Nathaniel Benson on a couple of those responses, huh?
I think they've got a mindset going into it then that, we've had unusual couple of seasons. We've had lockdowns. We've had delays. They'll find a way to come around, and they're a young team, so they'll be fine.
We'll head to the break here. Tash won't be with us for the third period. She's got to get ready for the game that she's playing after. You're playing on a line with someone looking for that goal-scoring title as well, Julian Friedrich. Are you going to try to set him up a little bit in game number 2 or what?
Yeah, that's been my goal. I'm old now, right? So now I can feed the puck to the kids and help him out. He's a highly skilled player, and I'm really excited to see him in Premier League. He's obviously 15 years old. He's a really big body, and he's going to be phenomenal, and I'm really happy to be a part of that with him.
Do you think he's struggling? He'll struggle in the Premier when he doesn't get to ride your coattails?
It's got nothing to do with me. The kid has got a bag full of skills, but I do think, and we've spoken about this with him, he's a bit of a star player, and I think he's ready to become a role player. So he knows the transition. I've had a chat with him about that as well. Can't expect to be a star when you come up to Prem, but I think he's really looking forward to the challenge. So,
well, Tash, thanks for joining us for the first couple periods tonight. It'll be Eric and Eric back with you after 2. It's 1-0 Jokers on NITV. Back inside the ice arena on beautiful Ghana land. It's a 1-0 game for the Jokers. Here's a look at some of the highlights and the action from the first one. You mentioned that's Noah Maley. He's had a pretty good game. I know he's on the other end of the hit, but you've been impressed by guys like Noah in the game.
Yeah, he's had his feet moving right from the word go, so he's been good to see. Again, here we see the replay of probably the best scoring opportunity that the Redwings had. Nice recovery from Jeremy to stuffle it. Oh, now I'm making up words.
Squamish, Stuffle, it's all the same. But then you had the flashy wraparound from Daniel Chen that he was denied. And some good saves from Curtis Villani. They've been kind of back and forth in this game, but certainly some of the best talent in the state is Sam. We got a little discussion at center ice as well between some of the players. All friendly chat, but some of the best players in the competition playing in this game as we get ready to go. Eric, some grumblings of like a super competition being formed in the offseason with some of the better players in the competition. Any ones that stand out for you on maybe some depth guys that you would look at if you were involved with one of the teams?
Well, I'd have to give that some serious thought. You can't just throw that on a guy willy-nilly, but no, I think basically what you've sort of seen from the Jokers is they've run throughout. They run pretty deep, 3 lines. They've been able to roll some defense out on there. So you'd certainly be looking at their club as one of the pinnacle ones of what they can offer into a competition. So
you reckon a guy like Noah Maley could make that kind of step into that intermediate league between?
Yeah, I must say I don't know a lot about Noah. I wish I could bring more to the party about him, but I've been really impressed with what I've seen from him tonight, and I think if he keeps on that trajectory, he'd really fit in well on a team.
A stick breaks right off the hop in the middle of the ice. I'm not too sure whose that is. Either way, we're underway in the second period. The top line going out there for the Jokers. Jokers have 3 lines they're running tonight. Red Wings with 2. This is the period where you would probably notice the difference the most for the Red Wings as the game goes on. And Steve Best will carry the puck. He works around a stick outside the blue line, fires a shot, and it's good blocker save from Jeremy Friedrich. And Jeremy has been excellent lately. 68 of his last 71 shots he's stopped in his last 3 games, 3-0, and has backstopped the teams to wins when they need him the most. A kind of guy that's important to a team like this.
Yeah, and there was a bit of a mid-season lull by all of the Jokers sort of thing, but there was nothing to worry about there. He's still the same goalie that started the season, and he's just starting to come into playoff form. So a bit ominous for the other teams in the competition.
Jokers raced out to a 10-0 start this year and then had a stretch where they went 4-3, but they've settled it back down and won their last 3 in a row. This is their last game of the year. They're 16-3. Defending champs, trying to get through the season, winning 85% of their games. Steve Best was way offside, so Nick Powell has to retreat and get back in. He skirts around Tim Benson. Ben Handberg there to grab it, and he's on the receiving end of a good firm hit. Creates a turnover. Villani back down low. Villani fires a sharp angle shot, goes all the way around the boards. Chris Campbell there to greet the puck. Bouncing puck behind the net. Villani centering play. Steve Best trying to settle it down. And Best retreats all the way back to his own blue line. Finds Villani. Villani working 1 versus 3 Jokers right now. Cuts towards the middle. Andrew Chen had the puck taken away. But it's Steve Best centering it in front of the net, and Jeremy Friedrich getting down to make the save.
Covering up, which is important. It's interesting that the Red Wings started the game and they were physical. And you can't keep that up when you've only got 2 lines. But they were physical to start the game. And we've seen it again at the start of this third period. That they're going to try to push the Jokers off the puck. They're going to make them work for their ice. And I think that break was good. If they can do that for sort of the next 7-8 minutes and really start to win that puck back down low in the Jokers' end, they'll be able to generate some offense.
It's still a one-shot hockey game as Lachlan Jennings has the puck taken away. Wise plays it around the boards. Cook can't quite clear the zone. Jokers keep it in. Adam Wise behind the net. A one-shot game and a lot of bodies missing for the Red Wings. I don't think they'll be too displeased with this effort so far.
No, and for this period, they've really got to stay out of the box, right? So we saw the Jokers power play hit a couple of posts, and they looked the most dangerous when they had the man advantage.
Dave Gow out wide, crashing towards the net. Gow drew a player with them. He had Pellerin standing in front of the net, and Gow now throws the body around. It's been physical from Gow, batted out of midair from Friedrich, and it's finally touched up net off its maybe bearings. Yes, it is.
good recovery there by Winkler. That didn't allow Gall to get around him. It looked like Gall was going to get to the net, but Winkler was able to turn and drive him out wide, keep it low.
Physical game from Dave Gow, too.
It certainly has been. Yeah, they've really started. They've started physical here. Pellerin's been a bit of a nuisance all game sort of thing. So yeah, if they could do that, and really lean on the Jokers for a bit,
they've been calling him the Pest, Jeff the Pest Pellerin all season long. The Red Wings.
From what I've seen, I think it's well earned.
Steve Best throws his body into Nate Benson, but he bounces right off him, and Benson will go up the ice. Jake Riley back at the center line, but there was a awkward collision with Villani towards the blue line, and he's down and in a little bit of pain, and that is something that you do not want to see for anybody. And Villani, who's had a history with some injuries lately too.
He does. He's certainly had some problems with his limbs and his shoulders and whatnot, so you don't want to see a player of that magnitude sitting down on the ice.
I think he just got tied up and went head into the boards.
Well, it's good to see him get up on his own power here and skate off. You do really worry for his shoulders and his arms. He's really battled that throughout his career. This is a guy who's, he's played for the Australian national team before. He's spent a lot of time in the AHL. He'd have some pretty scary numbers in the AHL if it wasn't for the injuries he's had.
Gal bats it back towards the Joker defense. Geyer plays it right side. Picked up by Benson, out wide. Riley in the center, fires a shot. Big save from Curtis Villani, and he makes the second effort save as well. Big opportunity right by virtue of the big guns for the Jokers, and Jake Riley was robbed. A save that he had to make to keep this a one-shot game. Geyer behind the goal. Benson will get there first, working against Campbell. Chen on the puck, working on the backhand, back towards Benson. Benson around Campbell again. Benson out wide. It's like they're on a power play once again. Benson to Geyer. Geyer tries to use a screen, and it just skidded a little bit wide. Joker's battling down low once again. Riley to Benson, scores! The dynamic duo does it again. And Nathaniel Benson gets to point number 40 on the year, and Jake Riley will pick up the assist.
Yeah, they had an extended shift there in the end, and you could sort of see that second line had been trapped out there. The defenders had been trapped out there for a while, and Benson was able to exploit it by getting to the middle of the ice. And Tuff just sort of rolled up and off of Pellerin's stick there. Not a lot that Villani can do. And we see here, we're sort of wondering what was going to happen with this line. So Mitch Villani hasn't come back out. Tate's taking his spot on the left wing. We hope to see Mitch again, but rolling two lines in 4D, I don't know how the Red Wings recover to skate out this game if they can't get Villani back in.
They're going to need a quick response as well as Powell plays it down low. Centering play and a big hit laid in the corner by Ben Handberg as Noah Maley goes the other way, fires a shot on net, steered away from Curtis Villani. Maley working along the far boards, it's chipped all the way back out. Jeremy Friedrich calling for icing, and that's exactly what he'll get. It'll be another attacking zone faceoff for the Jokers. Here's a look at I think this is going to be the goal from behind the net.
Yeah, got him moving right to left and shot it to where he just came from, and a little bit off the sticks. It's unfortunate. Feels like there's going to be a little bit more sustained pressure from the Jokers this period, so the Red Wings are going to have to clamp down and find a way to counterattack.
Benson at the point, slaps one through, was tipped by Ted Fabian, and it just went a little high and wide. Icing waved off. Friedrich will play the puck. Andrew Chen, 16 points on the year, productive from the defensive position, Andrew Chen. Picked up by Benson. Gaziarowski chips it back towards himself. Dave Gow along the near boards. Fabian throws his body into him. Centering play. It was dangerous, but no Red Wing on the receiving end. And finally, Gaziarowski banks it out, and he'll skate after this. It goes all the way down for icing.
So here's one of those opportunities. Now, this has been a long shift for the Jokers. The Red Wings just need to put They need to put a line out there that can put the puck in the back of the net if they've got enough in the tank, because this is what you got to capitalize on right here. This next 30 seconds for the Red Wings would go a long way if they can hem them in here.
Looks like they will keep the same lines out there, but kept in. Bill Newbound down low to Gal. Dangerous all night. Gal goes off the back of Chen towards the right point. Campbell has a tired Joker line still on the ice. They need a stop, or they need to clear the zone, the Jokers. But it's Cook there first, and it's finally to Gaziorowski, but he can't quite clear the zone. Gal keeps it in, but it's right to Teddy Fabian. Pellerin hits the deck, and finally the Jokers will get somewhat of a change on the ice as it's right side towards Andrew Chen. Chen dangles around Cook, enters the zone, drops this off, looking for Gaziorowski, but Cook takes it away, trying to send Dave Gal in behind the defense. He knocks it down. But he's got to clear the zone, and the Jokers will regather. Hazel tried to go up the middle of the ice. It's a turnover to Dave Gal. Gal working against 4 Jokers, and Daniel Chen left side to Nate Benson. He scored a goal already this period, looking for 2 to Riley, and it's a blocker save from Curtis Villani. Back towards the point for Hazel. Chips it down, goes off the back of Nate Benson. Riley in the corner, working against Wise. Riley on the far boards. Backhanded pass, tipped out towards Cook. Cook trying to find someone to send it to. Villani back on the ice. That's a great sign as he gets tangled up with his own teammate on the other side of the ring. Benson tried to work around Tom Tate. He knocked that one away and into the corner and gives Benson a little shot after the tussle as well. Winkler shot through traffic, pops down to a Jake Riley. He had some net to shoot at, and he missed it completely. Powell can't clear the zone. Chen working out wide in the slot, fires one, scores! Daniel Chen with a nice second effort makes the Red Wings pay, and they might have put this out of reach.
Yeah, good edge work there, wasn't it, to be able to hold on to his feet as he's getting pushed off. That's fantastic. From his knees, get Roofs one. That's great. Again, from the Red Wings, they're down a little bit. They could have had that puck come out of their end. They didn't want to take an icing. It gets picked off, and then a really, really nice finish from a dangerous goal scorer. That's a tough mountain to climb now.
It feels like they were just holding the Jokers off as long as they could, and the levees finally broke, and the Jokers have kind of stormed ahead here.
3 lines to 2, right? So as long as they keep skating, there's been good intent now from the Jokers coming out of their own end. They're starting to engage a little bit more. I'd still like to see them put the puck behind or get a little wider.
Villani plays it down into the corner for Steve Best. It is absolutely go time for the Red Wings right now, and Best dangles around one. He's got 2 bodies in front of the net, but he can't quite find it, and Best is going to draw a penalty at the very least. So there's still some hope with 9 minutes to go in the game.
Yep.
And the Red Wings will go to the power play.
Time to load up. So if you're the Red Wings now, it's time to load up. So you've just got to get your weapons out on the ice and have a go. Or not. Or they're not.
They're going right off.
Yeah.
They were on the ice, and they're going straight to the bed.
Whew.
A tired bunch, the Red Wings, out with a lot of players that aren't in the lineup. Max Rivers not in the lineup tonight. Tyler Leeming not in the lineup. Dylan Wallace not in the lineup. That's a long list of forwards, and we didn't even mention Tyler Leeming. That's 4 regular players that they just don't have that they're absolutely going to need if they want to make a run in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely, and they match up differently against the Tigers, and when you know you've got some cavalry coming back, that's a different thing altogether, isn't it, sort of thing. So they didn't need this game. I mean, you'd like to have it, and for the Jokers, your last game for 3 weeks, you'd like to have it. Neither side needs it, but you'd like to show a little bit more than getting blanked on this one.
7 minutes, 45 seconds to go. Winkler in the box, but the Red Wings with an agile group power play and a chance to creep their way back in the game. Gal centering play, was looking for Cook, and it's grabbed by Sammy Mantier, who just has great puck possession. Skates around 1, skates around 2, still with possession, but finally taken away from Dave Gal. Gal, right side, Tate with a lane, dishes it off to the left side for Wise, and he just plays it down low. Off to Dave Gal. Pellerin Banks it. He's looking for someone in the slot, but it's given right to Noah Maley. Maley around Tate. Enters the attacking zone. He's got Chen with him. Maley on the backhand. Just carries on to the puck, and finally Dave Gal gives him a shot, but Maley still with puck possession, and finally it's taken away from the Jokers again. Some good work from the Jokers penalty killers.
Yeah, very impressed. Again, kept his feet, kept the puck away from the sticks. I've been very impressed with him.
Noah Maley had a big penalty kill game last week versus the Tigers. He's doing it again this week. Best to Villani. Across to Wise, under a minute to go in the Agile Group power play. Newbound. Fakes the shot. Powell. Settling it down. Drops it down low to Best. Best behind the goal. 13-game point streak on the line. Back towards Stevie Best. Best walks his way out towards the right side. Red Wings need a good shot opportunity. Newbound stops. Trying to look for somebody. Newbound lobs it in front. Villani was there. He couldn't get a stick on it. Nick Powell with 20 seconds to go on the power play. Villani back to Powell. Back down low for Newbound. They're cycling it around. Villani had Jordan Geyer swat this into the corner. Villani once again, the league's best power play, not able to get a shot off, and the Jokers can't quite clear. Another opportunity as the penalty expires. Best across to Newbound, and they're going to send this down the length of the ice. That's going to go. It's going to be waved off because Jake Riley was there first out of the box. Riley gets barreled down in the corner. He's going to draw a penalty. Wisey gives another shot, and now it's two Red Wings on top of Jake Riley and Nate Benson. One hit from behind, another late hit after the referees have some work to sort out. Steve Best has joined the brigade. There was the initial hit, Steve Best. And then Nate Benson came in for support, and Adam Wise hit Nate Benson before he could get to Steve Best.
Yeah, that was I think, Wisey had his head up there and saw what was happening. This is a tough one. I mean, I think this gets called because it's a 3-0 game in a nothing game sort of thing. I think if Jake was to look at that, he's probably turned into the hit a little bit. You don't want to see a guy go down, but he's probably turned into it a bit, and then his buddy jumps in to help him out. And
Adam Wise intercepts.
Yeah, and so you go, okay, so it's a 3-0 game. It's a meaningless game. You might see each other in the playoffs in about 3 weeks' time, but yeah, there's nothing wrong there. Everybody will skate away and be fine. This gives Chris Parks a chance to redeem himself from that terrible call in the second period. Let's see what he does with this.
We'll have a meeting of the minds. He's got the list out, so you know it's serious. Is there a red card in there, too?
I give him a hard time, but actually we've got a very good group of officials here in South Australia. So as somebody who's gone interstate for many years and seen what the standard is around the country, I think we're pretty lucky to have the guys in South Australia that we have. I'm just sucking up so I don't get a lot of penalties when I play next.
Well, the Jokers are sending out a few of their big guns, it looks like, on the ice. Still 4:14 to go, but you'd see a really hard path from the Red Wings finding their way back to even force overtime from here.
Yeah, they needed to keep it 1-0 for as long as they could. And the second one was unfortunate, and then that third one just really felt like it broke the back on the game.
So there's a long list of things the referees are sorting out. I wonder if did someone get a misconduct as well? Usually when they're meeting this long, it's something.
I think it would be tempting to call that first hit from behind. And if that's the case, we might have a situation where somebody's got 2 and 10 and others to serve it. But again, there wasn't malicious intent in terms of what was happening with it. So here we see some of that good work on the penalty kill.
Noah Maley absorbing. He's had an impressive 2 games in a row versus 2 of the better teams, Noah Maley now.
Well, and he keeps his feet moving. So he's constantly searching for the ice that others aren't in. He's moving when the puck's there to be had. He's willing to engage in the battle, engage in the fight. When you're coaching players, that's exactly what you want. You want people that are willing to get into it here. So
And probably a good position for him as he's a third-line player, plays on the penalty kill, playing a good role. And there's a look at the tussle once again.
I kind of like that a guy jumps in and they kind of gave him what he deserved for jumping in too, isn't it? So, no, that's good. Nobody.
Wisey did not muck around at all.
Nobody's hurt. It's part of the game. Nobody got carried away with that. So.
I've got the box score. Well, Steve Best has a penalty on the board. Cameron Cook now has a penalty on the board. Just Cameron Cook has a penalty on the board. I don't know if he's serving it for somebody, though, just because Cameron Cook wasn't on the ice when that actually happened. I've got the box score ready to go, waiting for the scores to do their thing, although this is going to be a hard one to update. So
I would think that you've probably got a couple of coincidental penalties there. I would say probably Wise got one and Benson got one, and then the original call is going to be up on the board for whoever was getting the first hit.
Well, Steve Best gave the first hit, and it's Cameron Cook that's up on the board, and they've got their little letterings on the side at 2:14. That means that it's a 2 + 10 for Steve Best.
Yeah, probably a hit from behind.
Meaning that Steve Best can come with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the period that will not happen. Draw back towards the point.
I think that one might be for Benson. Benson and Wise probably are in there till 2:14.
On the 2 and 2.
Yeah, Stevie Best's night is probably done.
I'll go all the way down the ice. Jeremy Friedrich will settle it down. He's got a little bet with Matusz Trinka about who can get the most assists from the goaltender positions this year. They're tied at 3. And right now, Jeremy in line for the assist if Jake Riley can score a goal right here. I think he'll have to dish it off. Or not. Plays it off towards the right side. Sammy Mantier. Wild pass in front of the net. He had a player pinching in. He couldn't quite get a stick on it. Jake Riley holds the zone. Swiveling around one. Plays it back down low. Chen to Riley. Riley across to Geyer. Geyer winds, fires, shot, and it's a save from Curtis Villani with under a minute to go in the power play.
Feels like the wind's been taken out of this one a little bit. We don't quite see the same jump on the power play that we saw from the Jokers in the earlier period. So yeah, it just starts to feel like maybe this one will play itself out. Maybe one more here for the Jokers, but yeah, all in all, we've seen from the Red Wings what we were expecting. Without a full lineup, this was going to be a challenge. You saw the intent that they came in with to build a wall and make the Jokers try to get around them.
Geyer on the left side, down low to Fabian. Fabian chips it back to the captain, Jordan Geyer. Left side, Fabian shoots through traffic, kick save from Curtis Villani. Noah Maley now getting some power play time.
Yeah, well deserved.
Fabian has a puck bounce off his stick, but he runs right into Chris Campbell. Keeps it alive as the penalty set to expire. Jordan Geyer keeps it in. Back down low. Fabian centering play in front. Tangled up. Tom Tate gets it, and the Red Wings finally clear the zone. Team's back to full strength. The Red Wings missing probably 4 players that would be on either their top or second line. On the bright side, at least it's experience for that second line that gets to play against the Jokers, and that could be your third line in the playoffs.
Yeah, this will do well for them. They've been able to skate with them. They've provided a very physical element.
Down the other direction, Dave Gow trying to get a stick on it, but the Jokers will have a chance to go the other direction, but it's just an errant pass that Jordan Geyer will have to recoil. 90 seconds to go in this one. Jokers will finish their season 17 wins and 3 losses with 51 points. They were the minor premiers last year, and they won the championship in a great 3-game series versus the Falcons. They'll be playing in the championship in a few weeks versus either the Tigers or the Red Wings.
Penalty upcoming on the Jokers here, so the Red Wings will be able to finish the game on the power play.
All that's left to settle is if Steve Best can continue his 13-game point streak, make that a 14-game one.
If he's out for the
if he's out for the rest of the game, then he can't even be decided.
Well, pack it up. Pack it up and go home, eh?
13 games. Let's write the eulogy right there. It was a nice little run, but
so we'll say the last thing left to settle will be the shutout for Mr. Friedrich. How about that?
Which he's looking for number 8 on the year.
That's a pretty solid effort.
This is his 19th start of the season. Looking for shutout number 8.
I don't think he has any in Senior A, though.
No,
I've seen him a couple times, and I think he might struggle to get shutouts in the next division down. So.
Big season for Jeremy Friedrich. He'll wrap it up with a save percentage over .930. a goals against average, regardless of what happens on this power play, of below 1.5. Improved numbers from last year. Jeremy Friedrich putting together another spectacular season, and here comes Daniel Chen. Well, can the Jokers keep their shorthanded goal streak going? They've got 4 games in a row. Can they make it 5?
All right.
We got something to play for. Let's
stretching.
go. Here come the Jokers. Battle along the near boards. They got Daniel Chen and Jake Riley. They've got those 4 goals between them.
So is the scoring title up for grabs? Is that what we're saying? If Jake Riley gets 1 more point,
Jake Riley
gets
needs
that
1 more.
yellow helmet.
Well, Ryan Foll still has 2 games to go, and he's only 3 points back. But Jake Riley with a point tonight. Benson with a point tonight. Keeping it even with 30 seconds to go. Riley with 2 points tonight, actually, and Benson with 1. So they're actually equal with 20 seconds to go. Benson and Riley on 40 points. Scoring title, will it change the last 14 seconds? I don't think so. Although Jake Riley trying to take him down, glides into 2, and it'll be a pretty inconsequential power play. Sammy Mantier was calling for the puck. But that's going to do it. The Jokers, this game actually probably exactly like you expected it to be. A Jokers 3-0 lead. The Red Wings good enough to hang with them, but key guys just missing.
Yeah, and 2 lines against 3, not having a significant scoring punch. There was a bit there. There was always going to be a little bit there. There was going to be tough for them to get through. They needed a few of those opportunities to bounce in for them. But, you know, their season didn't hang in a balance. We came into it saying that this was really just about fine-tuning for the finals, and that's what we saw. That's what we saw here tonight.
Next time we'll see the Jokers play, we'll be in the Grand Final Series. That gets underway in a few weeks. But to wrap up their season, 17-3, excellent season from Jeremy Friedrich. Benson and Riley both finished with 40 points. Ben Hanberg added another goal tonight. He finishes 3rd on the team in scoring with 17 goals. Some nice depth there. Daniel Chen with a couple points tonight finishes with 24. They got some heavy hitters at the top of that lineup.
Yeah, they do. And then you look at it from the other side of things. Because of the position they've been in the standings virtually all season, because they get to play games like this, they get to put people in different situations, right? So again, like a guy like Noah Malley, this probably goes a long way for him. We watch Winkler on defense, who's getting to play against the Stevie Best line, and he's got to learn how to do it. And so you start seeing some of those things, and they go a long way. Whether they go a long way for the grand final that we're about to see, or whether that sets them up for next year, it's a nice thing from the Jokers coaching staff to be able to have.
Another multi-point night from Jake Hazel. Riley with a couple points, Daniel Chen with a couple points, and the 8th shutout of the year for Jeremy Friedrich. A decisive victory for the Jokers in their final game of the year. On behalf of Tash Farrier, Eric Lean, producer Brandon, and everybody at the Ice Arena, I'm Eric Ballner signing off. Thanks for joining us, and catch you for Game 2 tonight, Jokers versus Falcons.